Good night, everyone. Today is Wednesday around 9:42 p.m. New York time, guys. We're getting a better feeling on the market after doing the tonight update. Our best bet is that the US dollar is gonna make another low tonight before going into a biggest recovery. That's what we believe is taking place. Now, the way structure still is questionable, but like we always do, we don't care about what happened on the back. We only gonna care about what happened from here. What we have from here is what it looks to be a 1 2 1 2 1 2, and then a 3 4 5 3, a 4, a 5, a 3 that issued. Now the 4 that should end around this area, around the 74 area, before the final drop. Now this is on the US dollar. Now what we see is, last night we mentioned that these two legs, they're gonna be equal at this low, and that's exactly what happened. Now what's gonna happen now? We have two scenarios that we see on the US dollar. For that, let's move on to the 4-hour. But let me remind you, all you need to care now, guys, is what happened on the dollar from here onto this point. Why? Because you got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. You need a 12 and you need a 13. That's all we care, guys. After the 13 ways, then I'm gonna present you guys two scenarios. Okay, on the 4-hour chart, these are two scenarios. The first scenario is the one that called this to be a complete wave or correction. That's what we're calling as a wave, as a principle. And then you got 1 2 1 2, another 1 2, and then going lower in favor of against the dollar. Now it can be a secondary scenario when this is 1, you got a 2, and then this is A B C, and now we are ending what it looks to be this 1 in an ending diagonal, wave 5. Remember, we are in an ending diagonal in the dollar, and then that being the case, it's gonna be a recovery around 74.50, and then the dollar is gonna drop in wave 3, and then a 4 and another drop down. That can be another scenario. And then the less bearish scenario is the one that called from A B C. This is A, and then A B and C, that should be ending at the equal legs right there. That comes, I would say, around the 618 right here, but below the low at 73.42 area. And then that's gonna be B, and then we're gonna see a recovery, a strong recovery in 5 waves in a type of flat wave 4 before going lower. That's another scenario. And then the last one, I say 2 and I'm going with 4, is when we got the 5, and then we got 3 3, and then the dollar is gonna recover to here and lower. At the end of the day, the dollar is gonna get weak. Don't question that. That's gonna happen. Now those 4 scenarios, they're gonna take a different path. So as a trader, as a professional trader, my advice to you guys is, don't worry about any of them. Just worry about the cycle that is ending here from here, and then that cycle, the recovery is gonna dictate what's next. All right, so after the new low on the dollar, we're expecting any trend on the dollar. All right, guys. Now let's take a look at oil, because we changed the count in oil a little bit. Finally, we get to the conclusion right here that in oil what we got is an A, a B triangle, a C which is W and S. We are in A. We are not calling this anymore a wave 4 due to the fact that it's too deep, guys, too deep to be a 4. So we are in B. So technically we are here, and then we're gonna get another drop in oil pretty soon. That's gonna be the drop on the dollar, like the dollar strength, and it's gonna be what we believe it is, the drop on the S&P, also New Zealand, Aussie, and dollar CAD is gonna drop again. Now that's for oil. Let's move on to the individual pairs for a second. Okay, on the individual pairs, we're gonna start with the euro. Very simple, guys. We are putting attention here on the euro. When, remember, about a month ago, we were calling for a scenario on the euro when we got WSY, and then we say, okay, maybe we're gonna get three ways out. We even mentioned it yesterday. Okay, that scenario can be in place, and I tell you how it can be in place. Very simple, guys. That scenario can be in place because if this leg right here becomes a three-way move, and then from here what we need is A, B, and Z, and then that's gonna take us to the area of around, I would say, 147, 146 and a half. That can be the case. Now another scenario is that this is a 5, this end here, and then it's gonna start like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, something like what I explained on the dollar video. But anyway, what you need to care now, guys, is this: the path of the less resistant is in favor of the euro. Now that we're gonna get what we're expecting, the euro to 151, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna be putting still like a 1, 2, 1, 2, even though I can put a tentative A, a tentative B, but I know that the euro is gonna go higher. Now in the short time frame euro, I see a cycle coming to the end with the next high most likely. When that happens, and then the euro is gonna get weak, that bounce is gonna that drop is gonna dictate which way we go. If we go with the A, B, and C here, or if we go with the leading ending diagonal, or which way we go. Anyway, the trend, we've been right all over. The trend is to the upside. Keep that in mind, guys, because that's very clear. It's better to buy the euro, but it's better to try the euro than sell it. Sell it, you can sell it for scalping, but I believe the times of selling the euro, they are all gone. The move to the lows on the euro won't happen, guys. It won't happen until at least we see the 147 traded. So keep that in mind. I don't see at this stage, I'm in peace of mind with the idea that what I said on last week about the 141, that was a very bullish implication low in some degrees. I mean, I kind of keep blind because of the triangle, but in other words, I mean, I knew that that's equal legs right there, 141, they were very bullish. And maybe this is nothing more than what we got is a three-ways here, a B flat, and a three-way. We were right on the flat, we were wrong on the triangle, but that's how it is. Not everything is right always. Now, on the short time frame, I did something today that I do not too often, but I did it because I saw the low on the US dollar index, which is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I called that possibility on Monday, and then the 3, the 4, the 5 as a truncation here, a 4 and a 5. I don't label truncation too often, but this one makes sense because for me as a FIBO guys, look, the high today is the 2618, and the US dollar makes a new low right here when the euro didn't. So technically speaking, I'm in peace of mind with that. But anyway, I see the euro testing the area around 43.75 area and going higher from there. I see in the short time frame that it did a B wave triangle, and then it's gonna go lower for around the area that comes around 75-60 area, and any long trade needs to be taken with a stop at 143.25. Only a take of 143.25 to the downside will represent a bearish event on the euro. All right, now pound, same scenario. We believe that the pound also maybe have one more high. It have one more high. Pound is very tricky sometimes. Last night I really believe that from the 165 64.70 area, but it did 5 ways here. It went 3 backs, and then it went lower again before going higher. Still, in the long time frames, I don't see divergence on the pound. That's why we label it like this: 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 and 5. We see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. We need a 12 at the 13, and we see the pound after 3 backs testing the high of 167 or higher. A pair that is very clear, guys, is the Aussie. The Aussie looks to be, like we covered today on the seminar, in a proposal wave 4 here of the second degree, or a higher degree compared to the last 9, and we should see easily current levels, or it can bounce from current levels, or it can bounce a little lower, like for 141 or 360 before a new high and a test of the 106.40.80 area, which should represent a great deal of resistance there. What else? I mean, we like the euro pound long, like we've been saying. It testing already the 618, the 76.4, and like I said the other day, any long from here with a stop around 86.42, it should be a good trade in my own opinion. What else I like about gold? We believe that gold, it can be found, if possible, end of the correction at the 23.6 area, and now it responded in a modest wave when we got 1 2 1 2, and then we got 3 4 5. This is 3 4 and another 5, and then 3 bats can be a very good buying opportunity in gold. S&P the same arm, no different on it. And finally CAD also showing like it's ending it, it's sending. This is a count that we presented in CAD when it's A, B, and then we got 1 2 3 4, and we already have a low right here, but maybe one more low to around the 97.50 area before going higher. This is bullish dollar, and that's what we're expecting, guys. We expecting a bullish dollar pretty soon. So I believe that the next high on the next low on the dollar will be a bearish event, when from there we gonna be able to see how the dollar is gonna get strong. So with that in mind, guys, the path for tonight is possible yen strength, a little weakness at the beginning, the same with the dollar, weakness at the beginning, and then the dollar and the yen should get strong, and the gold should be sold, and the S&P should trade lower, the same with oil tomorrow. Okay, guys, let's leave it at that.